Okay, so welcome to the final Sunday in 2024. We're going to start marking this up here on the daily time frame. And if you noticed here now, crude oil has not been able to close below that 68.76 and has not been able to close above 71.22. And it does look like crude oil is definitely going to leave this open gap, okay, heading into 2025. So we shall see if at some point they decide to go back up here to close that gap. But we are focused right now on what we see versus what may be open and existing inside of the trading markets. Okay, so we are heading back into the charts in just a minute. I wanted to wish you and your family a happy and healthy 2025. As you can see in my background, I am currently traveling in Aspen, Colorado, skiing for the week with the family, but I wanted to give you value on this Sunday. And so let's go ahead and get back into the charts. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop down into the 8-hour chart. And basically, we are going to give you some opportunities here, depending on what the market does early in the week and as we head into the first week of January 2025. So for starters, is if we are going to go any higher, we are going to need price to close above this 71.22. Okay. So if we can get a candle to close above 71.22, we are looking to look at impulse, possibly get a retracement back into this level, and then take price back up to the next level. Now, over to find our next level, that is going to be right here. That level would be right around that 72.50 area. Okay, so that's scenario one as we look at this daily time frame, because we are not too far away from that 71.22. Okay, now we have seen clearly here that price since December 15th has rejected this price point over and over again. Okay, so as we keep in mind here, we need to see this candle close. We are for now going to play off this current rejection here that is currently happening again in the market. So for that, we are going to drop down to our 4-hour time frame. Now you can see right now on the 4-hour time frame, and we took this sell inside of our trading group. And if you're interested in joining our trading group for 2025 and getting off on the right foot, head over to the professortrades.com, find a plan that works for you, and we hope to see you in the community thriving with our 500 plus members. Now you can see right here on this candle right here that we did close with a bearish engulfing candle over that particular last buy candle there. So the projection for now will be that crude oil, until this happens, should continue to come down into some of these liquidity areas down in here. Okay, this would be our first target, which would be this level right in here. Now, of course, this is going to depend on what happens with the gap, and we'll talk about that for now. So as you can see right in here, in essence, you should be playing this level, these two levels, okay, until otherwise. So what does that mean? That means that we are basically ping-ponging off this high and this low level that we've created here. Okay, you can see it right here. So we will continue to play off those levels until one of two things happen. We already talked about the close above 71.22, or we close below 68.50. And if we close below 68.50, then we are going to look for that price to come down, possibly retest, okay, and then give us our next leg back down. And that leg would put us back down at about this major level here. We'll be a little bit conservative. We'll call it 68. Okay, so if we do break below that 68.76, we can expect to see 68 again on the price point. For now, as I mentioned a second ago, you should be focused on trading in within this box. Okay, this box is going to be the area, and it's basically the current playing field that we are working with. Now, we talked about the gap. So let's jump over to our 1 hour time frame. And you can see here, this is exactly how price has been reacting. We've been trading these entire areas, both buys and sells, inside of our trading club. And again, now as we're looking at this possible target for crude oil, we have to understand that there is going to be, and let me grab a notation here, call out, that this is where price closed on Friday. Okay, so price closed, and so this is where there would be a gap with the Sunday market open. So knowing that this is where price closed, okay, we are going to anticipate one of two things that may or may not happen. Number one is price opens down here, and then eventually price finds an area of support, comes up and closes the gap. Okay, that's scenario number one. Scenario number two would be that price opens higher on Sunday, and then price finds again a level of resistance, and then price eventually will come down to close the gap. Now, that being said, let me remind you, okay, as I turn this off and go back over to our 8 hour chart, let me remind you that we still have that open gap that we talked about up here. So I would be very cautious in trading the gap, or maybe not even trading the gap at all for this final Sunday, because that could be a gap that could remain open for quite a while. And again, we trade our gaps live every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in our trading community. But this is one Sunday that, unless it's an overwhelmingly large gap, we will probably not trade this crude oil gap just because it's the end of the year and we are cycling over into a brand new calendar year. So again, use caution for the gaps. So this is your trading playing field for the beginning of the week. Again, anticipating that you're basically operating inside of this white box area until one of two things happen. And we've given you both of those scenarios. We either need to see price close above 71.22. If so, we're taking it up to about 72.50, or we come down below 68.76, and then we're taking it down to about $68 or so. Okay, so that's our wrap for our final Sunday video of 2024. I hope you got some value. If you did, smash that like button for me. If you're brand new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the notifications bell. We have a lot of free content coming out for you in 2025 so that you can benefit in the world of trading. Hey, remember, have a healthy and happy 2025. Be kind to someone, be kind to your loved ones, do something different. Be better this year than you were in 2024. It just takes a small step and moving in the right direction. The key is to move in that right direction. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in 2025.